Okay, so um, Florida Panthers go into Arizona, and I remember what the town is for Arizona. It's called Tempe. So we go to Tempe, Arizona, where they play against the Coyotes, who um having a pretty good season. I would say that they were 19-14-2 coming into this game. Their season's not bad. I think they're starting to improve. They're trying to find the identity in the world of hockey, especially in Arizona. They were the team that were actually on the brink of relocation, it would appear, because the fact that Tempe. Now, then it gets a little bit political, but all I can say is the city council of Tempe said no to the idea of building a hockey type of environment in that entire spot, or build a hockey arena there, which absolutely that totally sucked. So for now, they are in Mullet Arena where they can figure out other options to stay in Arizona. Otherwise they're forced to move somewhere else. Which, personally, I hope, I hope the Coyotes stay. I hope the Coyotes stay in Arizona. It because Arizona Coyotes, it feels like Arizona Coyotes. It feels like it, and that's respect, and that's coming from the Florida Panthers. That they is what they are trying to they're trying to exceed expectations from other um, experts saying that they should go this because Arizona's not a hockey town. Well, they said that with Florida, the entire state of Florida, and now look how well they're doing. My point here: Arizona is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the future if they put the right tools together. And so far, right now they're in what is it? Fifth in the Central Division. They're in the right direction. They're in the right direction, and if they keep this up, I think they're going to be a good team in the future. It's only a matter of time for Arizona. So Arizona's been through a lot. It's only a matter of time for them. But anyway, in this game, it's the Florida Panthers game. So it is Sergei Bobrovsky going up against Karel Vejmelka. Vejmelka. There we go. And we start the first period with a face-off win, Barkov. So Bobrovsky early on gets is busy. They are saving pucks from someone like Nick Bjugstad, our old friends. I remember Nick Bjugstad. Who else? Dursey, Kesselring, Kerfoot. Those guys are either getting blocked or shot. But in the first period, there would be one goal. There'd be one goal in the first period, and that would be an unassisted goal on the wrist shot, Verhaeghe. Verhaeghe gets this goal in. That's his 19th goal of the year, and Florida would lead this 1-0. So that's good. That is good start for Florida. Then a minute later, something happens. So Kerfoot makes this piece of garbage move on Nick Cousins. No, actually, it wasn't his Cousins. This was actually later on. Lil Serraning gets the Nick Cousins was the one that would step in. Lil Serraning is the one that gets blasted by Kerfoot interference. So Alex Kerfoot not only gets a double minor, he gets a double minor. He gets called for interference against Lil Serraning because Lil Serraning gets a big hit. That's a piece of garbage move. Then he was called for roughing against Nick Cousins, as well as Nick Cousins getting a roughing call as well. And because of the fact that he's getting a double minor, the other one is being served by Logan Cooley. But it would still wind up being a Florida Panther power play, in which that would wind up being killed off. Which since the time where Bobrovsky is making some shots, or not shots, saves, and continue to do so by Safford, Carcone, McBain, Moser. It's been all Florida. Now there was a penalty on cross check with Kevin Stenlin cross checking against Troy Stetcher. So that would be a power play for Arizona, in which we head into the second period, and the power play would be killed off. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, that was... I did that because every time Arizona's penalty would get killed off, the arena would play dun, dun, dun. Anyway, you watched the game. Anyway, Liam O'Brien gets called for tripping against Matthew Tkachuk in typical Florida fashion. That would be killed off. I actually don't have too much to say about the second period. Majority of the part of the second period. It's been mostly Florida and Arizona trying to get some shots in, either getting saved or missing to the right, or getting saved by Vejmelka or Bobrovsky. So it's been a pretty alright, fast and paced second period until this happened. So there was a hit by a couple of players, by Nick Cousins. It was Husso, Valimaki, and Jason Zucker, right? So there were a couple of hits there, especially with Valimaki. Then Zucker completely comes out of nowhere in the defense. I guess in the defense of Valimaki. Either way, that is a piece of shit move. That is a piece of shit move from Jason Zucker. Basically, he comes in from behind Nick Cousins, completely blasting from behind. Cousins gets blasted. He gets boarded. That's a 5-minute major, by the way. That is a 5-minute major. And he gets called for a 5-minute major, boarding, a fighting call, which would be like a little misconduct. But Zucker, and I didn't realize this, he did get called for a misconduct. He gets called for a game misconduct, so he's gone for the game. He is done for the whole game, didn't come back. Now, Forsling comes in the aid of Nick Cousins. Forsling. He gets called for instigating, and he gets a misconduct. He gets like a 10-minute misconduct. What? Are you kidding me with that penalty? No, or a matter of fact, not just a penalty. Are you kidding me with that misconduct call? That is notoriously stupid. It's ridiculous that Forsling coming in the aid of Nick Cousins, who gets blasted from behind and gets boarded, gets called for instigating and gets a few-minute misconduct. That is ridiculous. So the Forsling penalty the instigator penalty would be served by Anton Lundell, and we would go in the third period with the 4-on-4. Now the 5-minute major is enforced, so 2-minute 4-on-4, then it will be a 3-minute power play. But as soon as power play hits, bad things happen, and that's a historic thing for Florida Panthers this season. That actually ties the Carolina Hurricanes, and I'll tell you what it is. Alex Kerfoot with the wrist shot, assisted by Lawson Krause. That's his 8th assist of the season. His 5th goal of the season on the wrist shot, Alex Kerfoot. I think Kerfoot was the one that did that piece of garbage move against Los Serene. Yeah, it was him. Kerfoot gets a shorthanded goal. Another shorthanded goal by Arizona. And I tell you this, and this is how bad our power play is. We barely scored much on power play. But it's even worse when you give up your 7th shorthanded goal of the year. 7 shorthanded goals of the season. That ties Carolina Hurricanes, believe it or not. That is incredibly bad. I'm telling you right now, it is bad. I don't care if we're 37, 38 games into the season. I don't care. Bottom line, if you given up 7 shorthanded goals of the season, there is problems. There's bigger problems than we anticipated with the power plays that we have. It is bad, absolutely bad, that it's happening like this. It's bad. They need to get that sorted soon. So power play would be ended, which is really bad. Troy Stetcher actually gets called for tripping against Lundell. That will wind up being, it'll be a delayed call and almost a goal. Yeah. Stetcher will get called for a tripping on Lundell. Florida will go on a power play. And, oh wow, speaking of which, we have a power play goal. Verhaeghe with the puck, gives it to Barkov, and guess who? It's Rhino. 24th goal of the season, that's a tip in, and you would not believe this. Assisted by Barkov, that's his 28th assist of the season, and Carter Verhaeghe, that's his 15th assist of the season. Barkov, 28th assist of the season. Barkov, 416th career assists in the Florida Panthers. That is a new all-time high for the Florida Panthers record. He has just passed Jonathan Huberdeau for most franchise assists of the season. Or it's not the season, in franchise history. Barkov does it again. He continues to make history for the Florida Panthers. Only Panther ever get past 415th now. He's now 416th. Congratulations to Alexander Barkov for achieving history. More importantly, Reinhart gets his 24th goal of the season. And more importantly, that is a go-ahead goal. Florida Panthers recapture the lead. It's now 2-1 at this point. Then we had a situation up in front. Matthew Tkachuk with the tip-in save by Velkoman. And eventually, Tkachuk, assisted by no one. Actually, no, that's not true. That is not true. There is actually... So Tkachuk gets a... This is Matthew Tkachuk's goal. That's his 6th goal of the season. But I actually think it was an own goal. Basically, while Tkachuk's trying to make a play to the back of the net, there was a bad bounce shot by, I think it was Michael Kesselring. Or somebody else. I'm pretty sure it was Kesselring. Michael Kesselring from Arizona. It went to the stick of Kesselring, and it took an unfortunate shot bounce off the stick to the back of the net for Arizona, which would mean to which could mean an Arizona own goal. An own goal by Arizona, which would give Florida a 2-goal advantage, 3-1. And that goal is credited to Matthew Tkachuk because he was the one that touched the puck last for Florida before an own goal happened. Very unfortunate for Arizona. And then this happened. 1 minute after that, there was a high sticking goal against Liam O'Brien that wound up being a 2-minute minor. I thought for sure it would have been at least a double minor or a major because it was a punch to the face to Lundell, and they call it a high stick. A high stick and punch in the face to Lundell. That would be served by Zach Sanford because Liam O'Brien actually ends up getting a misconduct. He gets a misconduct. It actually turned out to be a game misconduct for Liam O'Brien. So Florida would go on the power play, and then that power play would get killed off. There would be some pressure. Carver Hagee would try to get it. Reinhart with the shot wide. Lomberg with also trying to, and then Nick Cousins trying to get back in the game, but he just couldn't able to get back out there, so Lomberg would take his place. Then power play for Arizona as Ekman Larson would get called for a hold on Butstad, and that penalty would wind up being killed off for Arizona. Dun dun dun. Anyway, empty, and then before I talk about this next possession, let's let me see here. So I forgot to mention this. I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was that one or was it. I don't know if it's a Liam O'Brien one or was it something earlier. I think it was Liam O'Brien. I forgot to mention. While Florida having a little bit of a delay penalty, Bobrovsky. No, not Bobrovsky. It was somebody else. No, it was Bobrovsky. Um, no, I'm lying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So Ekman Larson gets called for a holding Ekman Larson. Delayed penalty. It'll be a delayed penalty. It'll be a bad pass from Arizona, and actually, believe it or not, that puck almost went to the back of the net. That puck almost went to the back of the net. Uh, Vej Melka was empty net because of the fact of there was a delayed penalty. That puck almost went to the back of the net. I forgot to mention this as when Ekman Larson gets called for a hold against Bustad. So there's that situation. Now we can go up ahead. Now remember Forsling. Forsling gets called for a misconduct. Well, after 17 minutes, he comes out of the penalty box, empty net, Arizona. Forsling with the shot on the wrist shot, and he gets an empty net. Empty net wrist shot by Gustav Forsling, 4-1 Florida. That he got some revenge against the referees and the way how everything happened with Zucker and Arizona. It's an undisciplined Arizona Coyotes. It was saying this game. But he gets one, and that would wind up staying this way, as Florida will win this game, fifth straight game, fifth straight win for Florida Panthers, first win in the calendar year 2024. We start the year strong for Florida Panthers. That is great, absolutely amazing stuff there. Oh shoot, what did I just do? Oops, let me go back. So when we look at the team stats, I mean, Florida obviously dominant with the shots. Face-off percentage, Florida. Power play opportunities, Florida. They have one power play goal, but Arizona has one shorthanded goal. Arizona with more penalty minutes and penalties. Arizona with more block shots. Arizona with more giveaways and takeaways. And Florida had more of a face-off percentage win. And Florida just was better in this game against Arizona. Arizona didn't have much going on for them in this game, and because of that, we have taken over the fifth straight win, and we have gotten this one. We have gotten this one fifth straight as well. They did not announce stars of the game yet. They did not at this time of the recording, as about to stop right here. They didn't update the. They didn't say who the stars of the game. But my prediction, I'm going to say Sam Reinhart. I'm going to say Sam Reinhart, Alexander Barkov, making that history, and Sergei Bobrovsky. Because Sergei Bobrovsky in this game has 955 save percentage in this game, has saved 21 pucks. He did. He absolutely did. So I'm willing to make that prediction right now. Reinhardt, Barkov, and Bobrovsky. If not, well, then you can comment down below. Just say, hey, this is what was an actual stars of the game. Because X, Y, and Z. But anyway, with this win, we head into another part of the desert in the West. It's our enemy, Vegas Golden Knights. Vegas, the beast. We got them on Thursday, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern, in Las Vegas. Will this finally be the night where we can finally have a first ever franchise win in Las Vegas? Will it finally be that time where it could happen? I doubt it, but you never say never. So we'll see what happens in this game coming up against Vegas. And then we go to Colorado right after that. So, yeah, folks, that's going to do it for this video, folks. If you have enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for content, because my MTG gets it back. And when he does, hit me right there with the fair entertainment you deserve. It's 12:14 a.m. right now. Hopefully this video will be uploaded like 20 minutes or half hour after that. So, yeah, folks, tomorrow night is, well, now it's later in the day, Miami Heat versus Los Angeles Lakers. We'll see what happens in this one. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it. More West Coast crap coming up this week, and I'll see you guys then. Good night, everybody. Go Panthers.